Holy fuck. Chapstick.
Here, give me a match here, dude.
Here, dude. Here, don't.
Here, don't.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
Oh! Air that out.
We're already on the house.
Hey, we're live.
Hmm?
We're live right now, boys.
Cigars are tight. I might start being a cigar man.
You want to be a cigar man?
Kinda.
At the ball of Jesus Christ.
Awesome. This is already going swimming.
Mark, are you fucking this up?
Okay.
Welcome to the most beautiful podcast of all time.
Is it working?
Bresh Crew Podcast live at the Pinnacle. We got Kaomi on the sticks over there. We got your boy and host of the year, Dillan Grant, along with my co-host.
Actual host of the year.
Mark Gwynn. He did win an award once.
Fuck, I better get something super cool like that.
It wasn't a fucking
There we got Brandon. We got Bay Trey. Brandon Almeida, you know him by now. What's good? Mark's secret forever to light a cigar.
This is the most painful thing
You
I've
bought
ever
the
been through in
fucking
my
thing.
life. Yeah.
Here, you want to trade? Mine's already lit.
You want to be like Michael Jordan, but you don't know how to
It's not gonna fix
live his
anything.
lifestyle.
I want to play basketball like Michael Jordan. That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking cool.
You got a lot
I
of
heard
things.
he's not that good.
I actually need that match. I'm not light and even here.
Right.
I'm killing it. It's lit.
It's lit!
Travis Scott? I like how you hiked up here in fucking brand new white Jordans.
How do you hike for half hour and keep those things so crispy clean?
It's just smooth like that.
Tell me your secret.
Magician never reveals the secret.
We got a new intern because our other one fucked up.
That guy sucks.
So she's doing all the work behind the scenes right now.
Yeah, we sent our own intern to rehab.
Shout out Kaomi, aka K Yummy.
Okay, yummy.
Okay.
We got Kobe running around. Yeah, what's up?
We got to give another shout out to a friend of the show, Brooklyn Davis.
Brooklyn Davis.
Having another baby. I was there for the gender reveal.
2, 3.
I want to talk about gender reveals a little bit. Since we're on the topic of going, well, that's good. Is there a good way to go about doing it?
Don't do it. Just go to the doctors
Yeah, there
and
is.
say, what is the sex?
Go to the doctor.
That's it.
You get him to send you that little picture after you get your ultrasound, and then you show people it.
Wow.
That's it.
Look, I
That's
don't want
it.
to take time out of my day to go see a balloon pop. You know what I mean?
Not just that, but it's another fucking event where people are expecting to get money out of you.
Is that a thing? Do
Absolutely.
they collect money?
It depends. It depends on the couple.
Don't-
It depends on the couple, right? Because like
They're open to donations and shit?
they're not all saying, bring a gift or whatever. There's some people who are just like, we got some food set up and whatever. We just want to get people together. So it's an excuse to bring people together, like a family affair. or whatever the case is.
I feel like people
Yes.
now are just trying to outdo each other now when they're seeing it.
Yep. What's the most extravagant one you see?
Isn't that literally everything on the internet?
Yeah.
Well, there was
true.
that one that like caused the fucking forest fire or whatever.
Where?
I don't know the whole story behind that, but it was like one of the first big gender reveals and why it became such a big thing.
Because they lit a forest on fire.
Yeah, it just caused this big fucking forest fire.
The worst one that I seen was this guy rented a helicopter, and he was wearing this wetsuit, and he jumped out of the helicopter into this water, like this lake, and then when he got out of the lake, his suit was blue or pink.
What?
Isn't that wild?
But how'd they do that?
What do you mean?
You just add some sort of chemical
Yeah,
to the
I don't know how they
wetsuit
did
or
it.
whatever
That's
that
pretty
reacts with the
See,
water.
that's actually kind of
But there was like 450 people there. Like, that's retarded.
just to see a swimsuit.
You think 450 people give a fuck what your baby's gonna be?
If you're a
No.
Kardashian.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think, unless you're Michael Jordan. Speaking of Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
if he had a daughter, everyone would be like, "Oh shit, that's."
You think it'd be a bad thing if Michael Jordan had a daughter?
No, I mean like they would expect, because people want the next Michael Jordan, and who better to breed that offspring than Michael Jordan himself?
They're
So but I know it didn't pan out that way, but
Do people still want the next Michael Jordan, or they just
Sick
on the LeBron train now?
there can't be.
he's about to win.
Like, you can't. I feel like someone like Michael Jordan, LeBron's stature, you can't. Their offspring will never be them. There's just way too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
Way too much pressure to live up.
Definitely too much pressure. Shout out to Brooklyn though. What do you have? Who's he having? Girl? Boy?
Well, he's having a boy.
And what does he have already? Girl?
He's got a
On a
girl.
beach?
Oh, that's
Perfect.
ideal. Shut it down
That's
after
ideal.
that.
Shut it down.
Yeah, he wanted it bad too. He was talking all kind of shit in the months leading up to it. I was kind of, it's fucked up, but I was kind of hoping he was gonna have another girl just so we could share a laugh at him and just see like how well he could
That is
hide
fucked
the
up.
pain and have
The pain
have
and
that
despair.
Gordon Hayward moment.
Right.
Yeah, Daddy's always happy.
Daddy's always happy, but nah, he was talking all that good shit before and after. But I mean, I don't know,
Alright.
you get exactly what you want. Hard to fucking complain about that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do any kind of gender reveal and shit. I don't like people. I don't want to like be around people and shit.
Yeah, I'm against shit
Fuck
reveals.
people, right?
That's why we're the fuck out here.
Yep. We've shipped. We've moved to the boonies.
And for the record, I gotta really like you to go to your fucking baby reveal or your wedding for that matter.
Damn, wedding?
What?
Yeah, he wouldn't come to mine.
I don't think I'm gonna have much choice in that matter. I think you're just sticking me with a lot of responsibility.
If you do come to my wedding, you better get me a Laker jacket that resembles that pimp jacket you're wearing right now. Whatever the hell that is. That thing is shiny. That's beautiful.
Well, I mean, I know it's a little overdue, but I figure the cigar and everything, it's only right to celebrate the championship, right?
Ship. Only one you'll see in your lifetime, so.
Well, that's the best part.
Yeah, I guess because
That's fine. I only need one. I can die
Yeah,
happy.
you're
now.
fine.
I'm good.
yeah, because I guess in 4 to 6 days we will no longer be the champs officially.
Yeah.
We gotta have the longest run ever though.
Facts. No, there,
That automatically makes it the greatest championship ever.
there must have been a.
So Kyle Allen's the greatest player of all time.
Top 5.
Best promoter.
Best promoter? Fuck, it's beautiful.
But I'm
out here.
saying, like, think about. I mean, I've brought this up 100 fucking times. But think about all those Cubs fans that waited literally their entire lives and a half just to see it happen. And
Have
then
they
there
never
was
won?
like, there was, huh?
Have they never won?
It was they won before, but it was like 108 years since they last won. So in 2016, when they finally did,
Damn.
there was this statistic that came out like a week later that in the few days afterwards, the amount of people that like identified as Cubs fans died right after that happened.
Yeah.
They were like literally
weird.
waiting their whole life to see it.
Wow.
That was like the last thing on the bucket list.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, shit.
108 years.
Mission accomplished, I guess.
Shouldn't even count. Who the fuck were they playing back then?
Yeah, what the
Well, it was baseball. They had
Who?
baseball
Been around
been around
forever.
forever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, they're playing nobodies. It shouldn't even
Of
count.
I don't like it.
Bring it like right over there, looking at us.
Okay, Yummy, you're gonna get fired.
I am. I don't like these
You're
things.
doing way better than Big Al. You're fine.
At least we're in focus.
You know what focus stands for?
What?
Fuck off because you suck.
Is that off the top?
Yeah.
I feel like we're facing the wrong way for this podcast.
Why?
Look at, what do you mean? Look at the backdrop. They gotta see that, not us.
Oh, that would be kind of sick though if we were like you
We
could
don't
have
know
had
shit.
if we were like facing that way. Like it's not obviously you don't got
We're
the
just
space.
kidding.
One camera facing us and like one camera behind us, and we're just talking around passing stogies. That'd be sick.
A little more of a polarizing topic. How do you feel about friends dating friends' exes? Is there
Damn.
any, is
Damn,
there any
son.
situation? Is
What?
there any situation
How did
where
we
that
get
can be
here?
acceptable?
Yeah, there is.
There is, but it's very rare.
If homie's cool with it.
Wait, are we talking like kids?
What do you mean, kids?
That's not what I meant.
We are not.
When we're talking
Get-
teenagers,
get
how
it
old are
wrong.
we talking?
No, like
We're not talking any of the kid related.
if you're in grade 9 or
get that clear.
if you're in like grade 9 or whatever. How long have they been dating? Let's start there.
Who's they?
The ones the ex?
Long enough that they're exchanging the L word. Put it that way.
Damn.
Okay.
Doc, you got
Um,
commitment issues?
No, I'm good.
What's with
I'm
the L
chilling.
word?
How long? How long? In a year.
Although there's like some idiot
Fuck you, man.
young couples out there that'll throw that shit off in the second date. I'm so fucking in love.
Or in a Hirsch
And
hookup.
as soon as they break up, I hate you so fucking much, you piece of shit. And get back together 2 days later. I'm so fucking in love.
I think if the homie's cool with it, and like
But is he actually cool with it?
that's what I'm saying. He's
gotta know.
absolutely
You can't be all the way
100%
cool with it, right?
cool with it.
Definitely can't be all the
He's
way.
cool. Like he doesn't give a fuck. Whatever. Like you guys are cool. You ended on good terms. You guys whatever. And you're absolutely 100% cool with it. Then it is what it is.
I
Who's
don't
to
know
say
if they're
otherwise?
ever 100% cool with it.
But if there's any part of you that it's going to be bothersome, it's off limits.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, because it's just gonna fester, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna lead to some shit.
It's off limits for sure.
I guess if it's a chick you didn't really actually give a fuck about, like you weren't actually in love with or whatever, you just kind of
Twisted her out one
enjoying
time.
consistent
I've
sex
seen it
or
done a
Threw
few
her to the
times.
wolves.
I've seen it done a few times, and they never stay friends after. The guys.
Did you ever have where you were in a relationship with seeing somebody and a friend of yours was directly pursuing that girl and like
Yeah.
not hiding it well?
Yeah.
How'd that go over?
Not great. I think I was really young. I was high school or some shit.
So how'd you handle it?
We're going to have to get.
I
We're
stopped
going to have to
talking to
name
him.
drop off camera.
Yeah, it definitely happened. But it was like
Like, what's the appropriate?
it was like week one of dating though.
Okay. It doesn't matter when it is.
It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, fair.
Like I get what you're saying, but that doesn't take away from
Well, we weren't friends
somebody
anymore.
being sleazy.
Well, it just shows like a lot of with their character, and if like, do you want to be friends
It tells
with
me
like
that
that?
nobody went upside their head yet.
Yeah. Well, I was meek, so.
At the same time, it's a little bit shady because you know, if that's the case, then it was
You-
definitely crossing that dude's mind the entire time you guys were together, or like at least
And
a
it-
good chunk of it.
And it can happen in the future, like
Like,
more,
just
worse.
Like he's just waiting in the wings on some
Kind
Marvin
of
Zoom
like-
shit.
It's just like Band of Brothers. Like, I don't know. You gotta
Calling
like.
her late at night, like you can do better or whatever.
Actually, in grade, this is really young, so it doesn't really count. But in grade 6, it happened to me. I said it on the pod.
That definitely doesn't count.
Grade 6, it happened. Where like he did pursue her and got her, and then just like I was just like left there.
I actually know two people, or one guy said he was
He's
cool
young.
with it, and then it happened, and then he's like,
What?
"Nah, fuck
Oh,
you,
not
fuck
cool,
you,
huh?
you're a piece of shit."
I just don't know.
So he was cool with it because he thought nothing was gonna actually
Yeah,
come of
he
it.
probably just said it like,
Like
yeah,
it was
I
an ego
guess,
stroke
like,
or something.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm glad.
trying
you
to
"Wait,
want
you
my
actually
girl,
did
but
it?
she's mine."
Fuck you."
Yeah, you're like what? I thought you just thought she was hot.
Like somebody wanting your trophy, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's a possessional thing. Like
Easy.
no, like guys,
Nah, but like
guys with
man,
it's natural. Like
animals by nature, we
Yeah.
get territorial.
there's a bit of like pride in it.
Like I don't want another
possessiveness.
dog pissing on my fire hydrant.
Like you don't have to be a
Talking about-
cunt, but like
No, I hear
You know what I
you're
mean?
saying. No, I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't think it's acceptable ever. Like
You think guys and girls got a different view on it?
I don't know.
Okay, yummy.
Okay, Yummy.
What up?
Are your girlfriends allowed to date your ex-boyfriend if you're absolutely over him 100%?
Interesting.
Depends.
Oh, hesitation. She hesitated.
On what? From a girl point of view.
Usually not. But people do it.
So why is it okay? Cause love.
So is it kind of like a fuck you, but I can't do anything about it, or is it? Or would you be done with the person at that point?
I
Like,
feel
you'd be
like
done
you're
with the
not
friend,
really
too.
ever the same like friends after.
Harder.
It changes your relationship with that person.
That's
It's just
true.
this fucking dark cloud.
No,
Like, it's-
she's got a point to that because a big part of like being friends is like talking to the homies about what shit that's going on in your relationships or whatever. Like, how would you talk about? How would
Yeah.
you talk to them about what's going on in
okay,
your
I
life?
need some advice on your ex, man.
Oh, I
I'm trying
got
to
you.
make this work.
Yeah.
I can't get her going. I can't get her wound up. What did you do?
Huh?
What'd you
I
do
did
at
it,
work?
I wasn't friends with the girl after.
You did what? You moved in?
Okay,
I
yummy.
dated my friend's ex.
Oh!
bitch.
Wow.
I see you in a totally different light now.
I know. Interesting.
This changes everything.
Don't look at my friends for the rest of the podcast.
Interesting.
How do you feel?
What?
How did you feel at the time? Do you feel a little guilty?
Now I do.
Yeah, I was
Why
gonna
now?
say, was it way worse when it didn't work out?
Well, I mean, we dated for like 6 or 7 years.
Oh,
so-
damn.
You
How long
know
did they
that
date?
all?
Oh, like a couple months.
How long were
Holy
they broken
fuck.
up?
It's a long story.
How long were they broken?
They were broken up for a while, and then they were about to get back together, and I swooped in and.
Wow. I
that.
swooped in.
Anywho. Okay, so like
I
how
need a
much?
new intern.
How much of that?
Just kidding.
How much of that shit are you willing to tolerate and not take seriously before you gotta start G-checking people?
I think it's on. I think it's totally dependent on the like the guy X. In our case, like the guy who was with her and is not with her anymore. If he's like one of those burnout guys who don't care about anything, and like generally doesn't care, and you can tell, and you're still friends with him and you want to help him and stuff, then I think it might be okay. But it's like 1 out of a million.
Interesting way of looking.
I know one guy who probably could have, like, you could.
Okay,
You wouldn't give a fuck.
look at the flip side of things. If it was one of your friends that's pretty obviously trying to get after the girl you're with now,
Oh no.
how much of that? How much? Where? At what point do you draw the line?
Immediately. Yeah, I'm slapping him right in the mouth. That's immediate.
Like even if you're not all the way sure.
no.
Wait, are you
If you
trying to
got a
get with
hint-
her? You're not dating her yet?
If you just think no, you're already with her.
You were there, okay, okay.
So like, say if it's
Here we go.
one of the guys is trying to get with the queen or something, and I notice, or one of the guys trying to get with Caitlyn, and Brandon picks up on it or whatever, or there's signs of it at least.
I'm nipping that right in the butt.
100%.
Yeah, all right, I'm
You
not mad
have
at
to.
that.
If you got a hint, if you've got some kind of like intuition that that's going on, or you're getting weird vibes, there's probably something there.
Yeah.
Trust your gut.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all instinct, right?
Yeah.
People want what they can't have.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think single chicks are so attracted to guys that are in committed relationships?
Facts.
Happens all the fucking time.
100% it does.
I got a story for that. So he told me to tell this one. I might edit the name out just in case. But so he
Gotta give him a cool nickname.
we'll call him 99.
Eddie Haskell?
999.
So-
Oh, it can't be 99. 99's the guy from Greenwood.
9-9's our guy. You
So-
can't call him 9-9.
98.
9-8. All right. so 9-8 and I were hooping for the day, and then I left, and he went to go to some party with like some of his old classmates or whatever. He just graduated from his program, and he goes to this party, and it's everybody's drinking and dancing or whatever, and there's some girl, some younger, I guess she was, according to unnamed sources, she was a dime and a half, right?
Okay.
And she's going around flirting with everybody or whatever, making it clear and obvious that she wants somebody to take her home.
Mm.
So they get to the point where I guess he did something earlier because they didn't acknowledge each other at any point, and everybody's coming up to him saying because they're aware that he's engaged and getting ready to have a baby or whatever else, and there's no way she doesn't know about that, right? Because that's the topic of conversation with him everywhere he is. So at some point in the night, they're all on whatever the makeshift dance floor is, and the guys are all out there dancing or whatever, just goofing around, having fun, and she just starts kind of creeping her way over, trying to get close to him and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he pulled off,
The old 1-2 step.
I think, the perfect move. Nah, it wasn't a smooth 1-2 step. It wasn't like he didn't give himself an excuse to leave. He just stiff-armed her ass away.
Damn.
She tried to dance. Just
That's a
Heisman her
literal
ass.
move.
Just Heisman her ass. I don't know, I guess
Hi.
he's just kind of hitting his little 2-step or whatever. Just get your ass out of here. Separated from the circle, went back to what he was doing. Went home to his
I don't know.
wife
I
and
don't know. Like going back to what you were saying about how guys could be territorial and shit like that. How guys just, on the other hand, like almost just let that shit fly without anything being said.
They do, yeah.
I'm not built that
I
way.
think some guys do because it's a bit of an ego stroke. They like the thought that guys want the girl that they're with. Because then it's like now it's a sign of how attractive my girl is and makes me feel that much better. Some guys are that insecure.
That's just how the world works.
That's everything.
You want people to think your chick's hot, man.
I mean, I'm pretty much at the point where I'm not letting any of that shit happen either, which sounds like common sense. But some guys are like that. Some guys will let it go for a little bit, and then as soon as they think it's a little dangerous, then they're like, oh, I gotta be macho man.
Or they'll keep it in and not tell you and just snap over nothing.
I don't know. I'm a little bit switching my stance right now. I don't even think actually if they're 100% all the way cool with it, if it's cool.
I don't know if they're ever.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about it now, and because like I'm thinking about me personally, like I'm putting
I
myself
couldn't
in
do it.
I'm putting myself in scenarios.
It's
and
not worth it. There's way more.
I have never seen anyone that I considered myself cool with, like their person that they're with, potentially someone to be with. Like I don't look
No,
at them
like,
that way.
Even if they're attractive, you're like,
Yeah, I
gives a
can't.
fuck?
I just can't. I don't see them that way.
Nah.
Okay, so
I'm switching my stance.
so
on that.
what's more frustrating? That situation where it's obvious the guy wants to get with your girl and you can't, and you have to do something about it, or when you're with a group of guys and your girl's there and none of them will even talk to her because they don't know how to talk to a female.
Ooh.
What's more frustrating?
No, the first one's more frustrating.
Wow.
I don't care if you can't
Yeah,
talk
for
to
sure.
girls. That's your problem.
We've literally, yeah.
Like, if you want advice.
I know, but you still
Read
kind
a
of want
book.
people to get acclimated and like having conversations and shit at least. Like you don't want it to just be this uncomfortable nightmare where everybody's just sitting around not knowing what to say.
Well, you got to take the reins on that. Make them talk.
Yeah. What the
I
fuck
guess
is going on
what I'm
around
saying,
here?
like even if you're trying to do that, it's still just like, oh, I don't know.
How's that? That's not as bad. That's not even near as bad.
Mm-mm.
That's a social
I guess
problem.
it's not as hazardous. I just mean it's frustrating.
It's frustrating.
Like,
but-
goddamn, I know you don't want to fuck her. Like, just have a conversation.
Oh yeah, just too hesitant to even make. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know what.
When it's so clear that they're not any kind of threat, but they just won't even.
But maybe he does
Like
want
the
her then,
exact opposite.
and he doesn't want to give it away.
Or just wants every female on the face of the planet and doesn't know how to talk to them.
That's most people, I think.
I don't know. It's a possibility. But that's why you need people with no filter or no fucking conscience, because people don't get called out enough.
Yeah. For
There's not enough G-checking happening.
No. People don't
G-checking.
accept that. People don't like that.
Speaking of no filters, I
No
think
judgment.
a little overdue, but I think I'm just now realizing where I get my lack of a filter from.
I don't know if you're lacking a filter that much, Dog Pound.
Brandon's the one who's definitely lacking a filter, and most of the time
You are. No,
it's a
you
good-
definitely do. Like, you do say what you want when you want, but you definitely have time and place.
Well, yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well,
we were saying last night, if you're talking to someone, like say you're in a social setting, whatever, you're talking to someone about basketball, and someone who you consider yourself to relatively know the game, and someone's saying some stupid ass shit, like you're not like, no, you're an idiot, like that's wrong. You'll go along with it, whatever.
it depends. If they're saying some
Time and place.
some absolutely fucking erroneous shit,
Oh yeah, you kind of went along.
then
with it.
I'm
Okay.
checking
It's
them.
time
But
and place.
it depends on the
Yeah,
situation.
but
if
he's-
they're just giving some casual like, oh my god, LeBron's
Yeah.
incredible. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
His thing is like it's not worth it,
Yeah.
and where you're gonna get it. You're gonna try to correct them no matter what. I think in most cases.
It's the Portuguese and
Yeah, it's not your
it's
fault.
fucking stubborn.
It is a design flaw.
Tat on my
I'll give you
chest.
that.
I'll let you.
But I mean,
It's a fucking
it
animal.
help you avoid some nonsense for sure.
I think those are the people that you have to surround yourself with, 100%. When you
You
look
need
at them,
at very least one of those people in your life.
you
on a
look at them
consistent basis.
and you know what you're getting every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you like this person for them or you don't.
Okay, well, what I was getting at was
Don't surround yourself with people who make you better, but that you want to be better for. That's a quote.
okay, that whole time.
Put that on a T-shirt.
That whole time and place thing.
Mhm.
My fucking dad could not care less about any of that shit. So, Big L, as you know, was
Big O's
part-
your old man?
No, Big
No,
L's
no, Jesus Christ.
Drunky the skunk clown.
Big L, former intern.
Former
Fucking the
intern.
drunk clown, whatever you want to call him. Y'all have seen him on the pod. Does some shifts at Wild Wing here and there aside from his other job. And he was working one night. My parents went there for dinner. And they always go, huh?
Oh, sorry. Keep
Wild
going.
Wing.
Keep going, Wild Wing. Keep going.
Wild Wing. So he'll go out and see my parents when he knows they're there and say hi to them and shit and shoot the shit a little bit as usual, right? And my dad just, I feel like the more public it is, the more willing he is to like try to embarrass somebody.
I know a guy like that.
But he always finds a way to make it funny. So when we were filming the homeless raffle, that's dropping soon, by the way. Obviously I had that big bird's nest of a fucking beard on my face.
Okay,
that
go
was-
back quick. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it looks good.
Going quick. Okay, good going.
But that was the first thing that came up in conversation between Liam and my dad. And the first thing he does is he yells at the top of his lungs in a packed restaurant. He looks like a fucking terrorist.
Really?
Yeah,
Big
He
L
doesn't
said
give a
that or your
shit.
dad?
my dad.
Doesn't that shit get old real quick?
Yeah, I guess, but it's not so much what's being said. It's
No, I
just
meant the
the
terrorist
reaction
comment
that
about
you
the
know
beard.
is happening.
I
Yeah.
get that shit
yeah.
once a week.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. But I mean, I guess since you've been going with it for so long, since that's kind of, I mean, that's the only look I've
How'd
ever
you
seen
take
you
it?
go with.
How'd you take it?
I don't know, I wasn't there when it happened.
Oh.
Liam just told me about it after. But I'm not surprised. Like,
That shit makes you tougher, man.
I've
Makes
dealt
you
with
thick
him
skin.
long- Yeah,
Beards?
No,
Beards?
beards. Beards do make you tougher, but I'm talking about being around people like that. Makes you not so sensitive.
100%.
Yeah.
And it makes you willing to not hold shit in anymore. Because, like, you know they're going to call, like when you, the more you talk about it, the better.
And
it's
you
gonna
don't like wince and cringe at
Nah.
whatever strong word gets thrown at you. I mean,
get. Hold up.
I joke about it. I was raised on faggot. Like that's how my dad shows me affection. Every time he picks up the phone, it's hey, what's up, fag? It's a regular thing. Like it's what we do.
You come from
You
fucking.
see, typical people would get uncomfortable in that situation, but it's just
People have
Yo,
been
man,
taught to be
it's my
uncomfortable
deal.
in those situations though, because there was a time where that wasn't a big deal.
Well, as we progress with the generations, we see why it's insensitive to say certain words. So then we progress to not say it as much. But back then it was acceptable. So you can't change the rules like halfway through.
Shout out
your
Mike
life.
Jones.
Like it's hard to change the rules, right? Out of that mindset.
But
Because it was cool. The line was here back then, but now the line's pushed back to here. But it's hard. You were raised back here, so it's hard to like adjust.
See, which it goes. So many people now are mad, like Don Cherry and shit like that, like the shit that he said. In Don Cherry's mind, like him saying "you people" is not like that's how he was raised, saying shit like that. He doesn't see what he's doing as wrong.
He was from a racially insensitive time.
Yeah,
for sure.
he doesn't see what he's doing as wrong, and it's like people now telling people that these people are bad people, which
It's for the
It's
greater
like-
good. Like I
yeah,
get
it
it,
is,
but
yeah.
it's going the meter's so far.
yeah, there's got to be a
But-
little bit of leeway.
There is, but the thing now, the people who don't get it now, the shit they're saying now, there's gonna be a time where it's not cool to say that. So they're
Right.
gonna be the old people at some point,
Right.
and then they're gonna see how it feels.
Right.
Yeah, but my point is, you still like
can't
because of the generation we're still able to transition into it and know better than to think that we should be offended by something or like whatever the context of the word is or whatever. Like we still know what we meant by it. And we still know that when somebody says something, like when Don Cherry said what he said, we knew not to just immediately assume that it was like we didn't take it the same as everybody else because we know better.
Yeah.
Even if he meant it that way, we're not. It's not like it doesn't have to be this big fucking parade.
Well, yeah, I
whatever
don't,
the
I don't
thing.
think
But it's the social media. It's just two completely contrasting fucking.
I don't think he's a very
generations.
progressive guy.
No,
But-
yeah, I wouldn't. He's fucking 99.
But yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. But they did give him a chance to apologize.
Did they?
Allegedly, I don't know. I read that one day.
It was probably like you got to apologize and then. We'll
Yeah, he
just
did. He
agree
did
to
an
part
interview where they
ways.
were like trying to kind of egg him on. To
But if he
give an
didn't mean it
apology,
that
he
way-
he just all the way doubled back.
Yeah, the interview.
I said what I said.
The follow-up interview. The follow-up interview.
My name is my name.
The follow-up interview made it like solidified that yeah, he is kind of a piece of shit. That was cool. What was that?
Just call me a faggot.
What kind of birds are out here?
On
Was
their way up.
I don't know.
How cool. Right
I
there.
saw them walking down there. So.
Okay.
Oh, the way we should have came.
It doesn't.
This was a good topic here.
Staring holes through the side of your fucking head. My point is it's generations and like what we consider common sense. It doesn't need to be like a what generation's better argument. It just needs to be people just need to be able to have fucking conversations without
With everything.
without having a
with
goddamn heart
everything.
attack.
With everything.
Another generational thing. Public schools are fucking getting rid of analog clocks instead of just teaching kids how to fucking read them.
Interesting.
Getting rid of analog clocks.
Yeah, you know, with the hands.
Interesting.
Oh, I thought analog would be digital. Am I retarded?
Analog and digital are literally the exact opposite thing.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that here. I wasn't in the fucking SEAL Team 6, Mark. I thought, I don't know.
What?
I'm thinking of ACOG, aren't I?
Jesus Christ.
This thing's going to my head.
I don't know what you're thinking anymore.
I don't know, but you guys got infant lungs. Look at my
You been
cigarette.
inhaling or something? Jesus Christ.
I could.
Taking my time. Enjoying the flavors.
Oh!
But I mean,
Nothing like a stogie.
how are you that fucking lazy that you can't have like a 15-minute, like, cut off a little bit of French class and say this is how you read a fucking clock. Each of these is
I feel like it
15
wouldn't-
minutes.
It gets to a point. It gets to a point where like people like as a society we just find that shit like useless because they're everywhere. You know what I mean?
Like
Like
cursive
analog
writing, I
clocks,
guess.
digital clocks are everywhere. Like they have them on their phone, so they just see like, oh, that shit's pointless.
We're
But, like,
spoiled.
there is a time and place to know. Like GPS and shit is the worst. I can't stand when people don't know directions or where
The
they
fact
are.
that people
I don't
use
base in my
GPS
brain.
for everything and can't read a
Oh,
map is
man.
amazing to me.
even not
You're
even
literally reading a map.
but not even just like not even being able to read a map, but certain things like just know your north, south, east, west, and you'll have a relative idea of where you are and how to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
And it's like if someone doesn't have a GPS, like my girlfriend is the worst, the absolute worst, and it drives me up the fucking wall, man.
I think you.
Just get.
How are you doing?
Not good, eh?
Yeah. So which way's north right now?
I don't know.
Absolutely,
Are you sure?
100%.
That way? That way.
Is you guys first time up here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That way.
It's awesome.
That way.
Okay.
Is it?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
Sun rises in the east and it sets in the west.
Yeah.
They're not recommended.
I
More.
could knock our
see the
guys.
sun.
I think it's setting over there.
Okay, so then maybe that's it.
Over there.
Anyway, even if you feel like it's a useless thing or whatever, like I don't know if they're still teaching cursive writing or whatever.
looking
now,
for
but
the-
that was kind of the thing before. It was like, yeah, none of us use it now. We
That
still
shit
know
was
how to
useless,
do
wasn't
it.
it?
And there's not really a situation. Yeah, there's not really a situation where you're gonna use it for most people,
Yeah.
If you're looking for the
But-
Pinnacle, you found it.
unless
no, we're
you.
looking for
The short way down, it's the way you
car.
came.
Which way? Shit.
the
Big
blue
ass
trail.
titty.
The blue.
Trail.
Did you?
When you're exhausted, you're almost there.
All right, thanks, guys.
You're
Take care.
welcome. What are you saying?
My point was like, I get that it's not the most useful thing in the world. Most people aren't gonna use it, but half the shit you learn in school nowadays, you're not gonna use either. But it's one of those things that's so easy to teach that you might as well just do it. Just take 10, 15 minutes to say this is how you read a clock. Because what if they get in a situation where they're not driving, they're like going to take a train somewhere, there's no digital clocks around, the phone's dead, there's only an analog clock. At least they can say, oh, okay, it's fucking.
What is that
It's
thing?
2:45.
What fucking year is it?
Who
Yeah.
the fuck is that guy?
It could just be that one situation in life where you kind of save yourself from some bullshit. I'm saying if I'm a teacher, I'm taking a couple minutes to teach them how to read a fucking
You're
clock.
not wrong.
It's not that
It
deep.
takes 5 minutes.
probably sound like a dirty old head, but like it's crazy how people are gonna be so dependent. Like my parents probably thought the same thing about me, like how dependent we are gonna be on shit like our phones and shit like that. And it's gonna be this like future generations. It's gonna be wild, man.
Yeah, but what were they dependent on?
Fuck.
Clicks and likes.
Yeah.
No, your parents.
Selling your cock and your butt for a follow-up.
No, what were your parents dependent on? Fucking not going to the
I
war?
don't know, they just figured shit out on their
Okay.
own.
Yeah, they just figured it out. Like so many people are so dependent on the things around them to get shit done.
But there's so much more opportunity, so you kind of have to.
It
depend
goes
on
hand in
yourself.
hand. There's good and bad to it for sure.
I mean, my dad's like that with driving. Like, I've never seen him use a GPS.
My old
I've
man's
never
the
seen
same
him
way.
actually use it, but he's like read maps and shit, and now
Yeah.
he just knows everywhere.
Yeah.
We could take a 4-hour drive to wherever the fuck, and he's like, oh yeah, you just take
It's
this
a
road,
skill.
go here,
You
whatever.
put my old man in the middle of downtown with a blindfold, spin him around 12 times, and he'll know how to get anywhere.
Easy
man.
money. Yeah.
It's a skill,
It is a skill.
but it's a lot of time invested in that as
It's
well.
a skill, but if you ask them, it's just like common sense. Like, yeah, you just learn shit. You
Yeah,
just figure
but
it out.
do that to them with computers. To throw that back in their face.
Yeah, like what the hell?
You're like, what do you mean you don't know how to
Like
use
putting
app?
DMX in front of a computer. What the fuck is a Google?
You can make. Yeah, I used to work for a guy who made me feel like shit because I never knew where I was, in the middle of downtown.
that kind of like the people
Like
I just
plumbing?
talked about.
Yeah, and he was a dick. But if I could show him a million things.
But
that
if
he
you know
wouldn't
like
do
the
either.
way
so
streets,
whatever
if
you
you
spend
just,
your time doing.
if you know the way streets run and shit, then you're good. Like if you know I'm on this street, this street runs north south. You know what I mean?
Know that?
What do you like? The streets run north, south, east, west.
Yeah, but I never know if I'm north, south, east, west.
You don't have to know, but if you're like in Mississauga or whatever, and you're on Eglinton, you know Eglinton runs east, west.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Well, you learn eventually.
Yeah, you learn it eventually, and then you're like, oh, I'm here.
You can
I
learn
gotta go
anything
east
eventually.
to get to whatever. I gotta go west to get to Mavis. Like you just know the way streets run.
I'm sure I'm not the only person that's this way, but I feel like once I drive somewhere, and once I do it maybe once or twice
Yeah.
there and back, then I've got it. I don't need to. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never used.
When
a
they got the
GPS
GPS
map or
on, they
whatever.
never know though. Like
I know.
they're just looking at the GPS and they don't know. They'll never know their way back there.
Or they're just listening to whatever
Yeah.
that Alexa voice or whatever the fuck is telling them. Like,
Alexa voice.
I got photographic
turn left
memory.
now.
I don't have that problem.
You're such a liar. You've taken this trail 12 times. You didn't know there's a fucking faster way up.
Speaking of directions,
He made us hike all this shit up. You can't see it, but there's a lot of shit up here. He made us bring so much shit up here.
Making the boys get fit.
The longest way ever. Like, I don't understand it.
I got ash on my fucking nice pants. Look
You're
at
supposed to fucking kick it off.
those are not nice pants.
this. What's wrong with these pants?
We got.
You wouldn't know
Jib,
fashion.
you and I gotta have a sit down, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know
I
fashion,
don't
right,
know if this is
Rajiv?
the move.
Rajiv, tell him. They know
Maybe I
fashion.
don't know.
I
fashion.
hate fashion.
Coming from a guy who wears basketball shorts under his jeans.
Are you wearing basketball shorts right now under
Yes.
there? Oh.
Oh my
I can
god.
run away from it. But don't act like I'm not looking tight right
Fucking
now.
animal. You look like a fucking rapper's group.
Fashion's got to be one of those things that's like a taste. It's
No,
like your
it's
taste in music. Like, you can knock it, but it's what people like is what they like,
It's
right?
subjective.
But I know you don't like those pants.
Buddy, you're mad because I look like a mix of Shia LaBeouf and Jack Harlow right now, dude.
That's a whack mix. That's a trash bag, man. That's Glad Kitchen Catchers, man. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
You look like a combination of fucking Sam Hunt and James Charles. That's
Who
what you
is-
look like.
Sam Hunt was tight. Who the fuck is James Charles?
Google him.
Do your Googles. Do your Googles. Do your research.
Tell him,
There it is.
Squirrel.
We're thinking
Yomi's
different.
got
We move
him.
different. Do your research.
Do your research. Do your research.
We don't even have a head coach.
With the pants, but I dig the jean jacket though.
That's right.
Coach Tatas.
Yeah, we're back.
Take old biddies.
Okay, let's talk
me
about
that.
Kiss.
Talk about
touch
what?
tips. Let's get him touching tips on camera. That's appropriate.
When you sleep with the homies, you sleep tips up, tip to tip.
You gotta go to the tip.
I just don't sleep.
Really lighten it. That was cool.
You can't say docking, okay, homie. That's too offside.
Oh, you know what?
Tell you what, I wouldn't dock with
Maybe we
dog
should
pound,
just
that's
sign
for
it out
sure.
now and give
Sorry,
him-
He'd
no.
fucking push my
Okay,
shit
right.
in.
Sign it out.
All right, C words and F
Hog
words.
pound. I wouldn't dock with hog shit. He'd fucking push my shit in.
Okay, sign it out.
On behalf of Brandon and Dylan, I am Hog Pound. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Eat a dick and have a good one.
Bye bye.
Oh shit.
Your world, G.
All the time, you never like